What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? And today, we're going to be doing my top 10 performances by a supporting actor. A couple weeks back, I did my top 10 performances by a lead actor. So today, it's time to do my top 10 performances by a supporting actor. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more wonderful content. So with that said, let's get started. So before we get started, I have a few honorable mentions. Two, to be exact, and those would be Christoph Waltz for Django Unchained and Christopher Walken for The Deer Hunter. So then, coming in at number 10 is going to be Joaquin Phoenix for Gladiator. What an amazing performance Joaquin Phoenix gives in this movie. The emotion he brings to all of his viewers is phenomenal. Some of the best emotion ever in a movie. The ending with him is so heartbreaking. The relationship between him and his wife is, again, amazing. The relationship is. He should have won the Oscar, in my opinion. And yeah, number 10, Joaquin Phoenix, Gladiator. So coming in at number 9 is going to be Javier Bardem for No Country for Old Men. This maybe should have been a little bit higher because he's one of the best, but this is my favorites list, and yes. He's so good in this movie. Every scene he's in, he's so good in. He's so genuinely terrifying. Like, this may be a horror movie, in my opinion, because of how terrifying, his name is like Anton Sugar, something like that, but how terrifying he is. He's so terrifying. And he's just, the scene with the coin toss is one of the greatest scenes ever, but it's so scary, so tense. One of the best scenes ever. He won the Oscar, well deserved, and yeah, number 9, Javier Bardem, No Country for Old Men. So coming in at number 8 is going to be Sam Jackson for Pulp Fiction. This movie is so amazing, but Sam Jackson makes it even better. Sam Jackson is so good in this movie. Definitely the best performance of the movie. His lines, I quote frequently, like the one where he's like, this is a tasty burger. And the, say what again? I quote those all the time with my dad. And so quotable. And I love his hair in this movie. I ain't gonna lie, his hair is kind of cool with his afro. Yeah. I think he should have won the Oscar over Martin Landau for Ed Wood. But that's just me. Love this movie, near and dear to my heart. Yeah, number 8, Sam Jackson, Pulp Fiction. So, coming in at the number 7 spot, we're going to have Christoph Waltz for Inglourious Basterds. I do think this is the better of his performances from either Django or Inglourious Basterds. I do think this is the better one, and that reason would be the opening scene alone. He is so good in the opening scene. That scene's so tense with him in it. It's like, again, one of the best scenes ever. And it's just, he's so good in the rest of the movie. He's so, like, scary, but he seems like, he's so scary, but he seems happy. So, I don't know if you can understand that, but, like, yeah. He's scary, but he's likable, in my opinion. But yeah, he's so scary and so menacing, and great movie Inglourious Basterds is. So number 7, Christoph Waltz, Inglourious Basterds. So coming in at number 6, we're going to have Ralph Fiennes for Schindler's List. This definitely, in my opinion, was the best performance of 1993. I think he should have won the Oscar. He's just so scary but likable. Not likable, he's so scary in Schindler's List. He's so menacing and scary. And the scene with him and the man where he cocks his gun and then he, like, gets stuck and he keeps doing that. That scene's so great scene, but so sad. He's so good in that scene. And he's so good in every scene he is in. And he's so, I really don't know how to describe these performances because I don't really know how to. But yeah, I'm trying to describe it the best as possible. He's so good, so scary, So good. Number 6, Ralph Fiennes' Schindler's List. Then coming in number 5 is going to be Robin Williams for Good Will Hunting. I don't know what I can say about this performance. He is so good in this movie. He makes every scene better. The scene with him and Will, how he's telling Will how he met his wife, is such a good scene, so interesting. And the scene with Not Your Fault, It's Not Your Fault, I cry, I tear up every time I watch that scene. It's so sad. And I think rest in peace, Robin Williams. I think this is his best performance. He won the Oscar, well deserved. He's so good in this movie. Just watch Good Will Hunting and then see how good he is in this movie. He's so good. So number 5, Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting. So coming in number 4 is going to be J.K. Simmons for Whiplash. I recently watched this movie again a couple weeks ago and realized how freaking amazing this movie is. Especially J.K. Simmons' performance. He's so scary and so menacing and so unlikable, but you kind of like him. He's so good. Just like Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter. You love to hate her. You love to hate J.K. Simmons and how mean he is to our main protagonist. He won the Oscar, well deserved. And the scene with Not Quite My Tempo is such a good scene. So friggin' scary. I love this guy. I love his performance. So yeah, number 4, J.K. Simmons, Whiplash. So coming in at number 3 is going to be Robert De Niro in The Godfather Part 2. I love this movie so much. It's my favorite Godfather movie. I love it so much. De Niro makes this movie better. The stuff with Michael is super interesting and good, but the stuff with Bobby D is just so friggin' phenomenal. The stuff with him and young Vito. It's so interesting to learn about young Vito Corleone. And he won the Oscar, well deserved. He was pretty young. He was about maybe 30 or 37, I think. That's decently young. But yeah, he won an Oscar, well deserved. He's so good in this movie. And yep, number 3, Bobby D, The Godfather Part 2. And our runner-up for my favorite supporting actor performance of all time is Joe Pesci for Whiplash. Oh, Joe Pesci for Goodfellas. Joe Pesci's so good in this movie. He's so likable in this movie. He won the Oscar, of course, well deserved. He's so good. Like, I don't know how to describe how good he is. The scene with Funny How and My Clown Gonna Amuse You, that scene is so good. Such a good scene. And he's good in every scene he is. Kind of sad what happens to him at the end when he gets shot. But he's just so good in this movie. And yeah, so good. So number 2, Joe Pesci, Goodfellas. And then taking the top spot for my favorite supporting actor performance of all time, it has to be Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. Some of you know that I think The Dark Knight is a bit overrated. The reason why I don't totally dislike it is because of Heath Ledger. He makes the movie. Then we would be significantly worse without Heath Ledger. The acting from him with all of his lines and all of his scenes is some of the best acting ever. I think it may be the best acting ever, maybe. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. But he's so good in this movie. And he won the Oscar, but it was so sad they wasn't able to accept the Oscar. When I found out when I was older that he died, I was so sad. And he's so good in this movie. That's not the reason why it's number 1. It's number 1 because it deserves to be number 1. I truly believe this is one of the best performances of all time, for sure. He's so good in this movie. And yeah, number 1, Heath Ledger, Dark Knight. So that was the list. Did you agree with it? Did you disagree with it? Drop in the comments below what your top 5 performances by supporting actor are. And thanks for watching, and stay positive, and peace.